Hello, everybody. Welcome into another movie reaction. I am so excited to be finally checking out Fight Club today. This movie came out in 1999, and I feel criminally late to the party with this movie. But at the same time, I also feel like there's no such thing as being too late to watch a movie for the first time. So here we are today. There are things I know about this movie going in because I feel like this movie is almost like Star Wars in a sense, where it's really hard to avoid knowing certain things. So here's what I know. I know the first rule of Fight Club is we don't talk about Fight Club. I don't know the context of that. I've just seen that quote online so many times in my life. There's got to be more than just that rule because they say it's the first rule of Fight Club. So I'm interested to just see the context of that and finally get some understanding about why that is so quotable, I guess. I also know that Tyler Durden is the name of the main character in this movie, and I know that Brad Pitt plays him. And I only know this because I have seen the Tyler Durden name in so many people's usernames. I've seen Brad Pitt's face as so many people's profile pictures when they have Tyler Durden as the username. Anyway, this character clearly means a lot to people, and I'm curious to find out why. But I think part of me already kind of knows a little bit why. So Mr. Robot is my favorite TV show of all time. I could sit here for an hour and talk about why I love Mr. Robot so much, and I have seen online people make comparisons between the main character of Mr. Robot and Tyler Durden. So based on that, I kind of have a feeling a little bit of what the character of Tyler Durden can maybe be about, just because of how much I love Mr. Robot and knowing that people compare the two. I won't say any more than that in case there are those of you out there that have never seen Mr. Robot. I don't actually want to talk about it in detail and spoil for anybody, but if after this movie is over, I do want to make comparisons to Mr. Robot and actually talk about some details, I will flag that section. I'll let y'all know so that if you haven't seen Mr. Robot yourself, you can skip over that. And that is about it. So I'm very excited to check this out. And before I do, I just want to say thank you to James M. He's the reason why I'm watching this movie today, because he won Member of the Month over on my Patreon, and this was the movie that he chose. So thank you, James. And as always, if you want the full-length watch-along for this movie, you want the chance to win Member of the Month, you want to vote in polls, that kind of thing, come on over to Patreon. Just remember to bring your own copy of the movie to sync up with my reaction. And with that, thank you so much for being here and for watching. Let's get into it. Helena Bonham Carter is in this? What? I also really like the type that they're using. Meatloaf? Also? What? Jared Leto. Oh my god, this cast is stacked. I had no idea. I only knew about Brad Pitt and Edward Norton. This is great. Now I'm excited.
People are always asking me if I know Tyler Durden.
This is it.
Oh.
With a gun barrel between your teeth, you speak only in vowels.
I can't think of anything.
We have front row seats for this theater of mass destruction. The demolitions committee of Project Mayhem wrapped the foundation columns of a dozen buildings with blasting gelatin. I know this because Tyler knows this. And suddenly, I realized that all of this has got something to do with a girl named Marla Singer. Bob had bitch tits. This was a support group for men with testicular cancer.
You cry now.
Back up. Let me start earlier.
Perfect,
For
thank you.
6 months. With insomnia, nothing's real. Everything's a copy of a copy of a copy. When deep space exploration ramps up, it'll be the corporations that name everything. Planet Starbucks.
Shots in this film so far are really good.
What kind of dining set defines me as a person?
I loved how that was edited.
You can't die from insomnia.
What about narcolepsy? I nod off, I wake up in strange places. I have no idea how I got there.
You need to lighten up. You need healthy, natural sleep and get more exercise.
Sounds like a typical doctor response. You just need help, doctor. I can't sleep. Well, you just need to sleep better.
See the guys with testicular cancer. That's pain.
This flickering is wild. It's happened like 2 or 3 times now. But it's happening so fast I can't even tell if it's him or if it's Brad Pitt.
She had her first child last week with her new husband. And thank God, you know.
And this is how I met the big moosey. His eyes already shrink-wrapped in tears.
Aw.
And now I'm bankrupt, I'm divorced, my 2 grown kids won't even return my phone calls. You can cry.
Oh gosh.
I let go. Dark and silent and complete. I found freedom. Losing all hope was freedom. Babies don't sleep this well. I became addicted.
Addicted to going to these kind of group sessions?
If I didn't say anything, people always assumed the worst.
Damn. That's true, right?
I wasn't really dying. I wasn't host to cancer or parasites. I was the warm little center that the life of this world crowded around.
Step forward into your cave. You're going to find your power animal.
No. Oh my
And
gosh. What an entrance.
This is cancer, right?
This chick, Marla Singer, did not have testicular cancer. She was a liar. I had seen her at Free and Clear, my blood parasite.
So she's just doing what you're doing, dude.
Marla, the big tourist. Her lie reflected my lie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna grab that little bitch Marla Singer and scream,
Marla, you liar! You big tourist! I need this! Now get out!
I hadn't slept in 4 days.
Oh my gosh, I remember those commercials. Or infomercials, I guess.
I no longer have any fear of death.
That's good.
No one will have sex with me. I'm so close to the end, and all I want is to get laid for the last time.
Aw.
Ready ourselves for guided meditation.
Is he gonna...
Marla, the little scratch on the roof of your mouth that would heal if only you could stop tonguing it, but you can't.
Now find your power animal.
Slide.
I'm so interested in her.
We need to talk.
A guy in the back. He was the one walking up to her initially.
You're a faker. You're not dying.
Well, you're one to talk.
I saw you had tuberculosis. I saw you had testicular cancer.
I saw you practicing this.
Practicing what?
Telling me off.
I'll expose you.
Go ahead. I'll expose you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, why are you doing this?
It's cheaper than a movie and there's free coffee.
These are my groups. I've been coming here for over a year.
Why do you do it?
They're not yours.
When people think you're dying, man, they really, really listen to you
Instead of just waiting for their turn to speak.
We're gonna split up the week, okay? You take lymphoma and tuberculosis.
I'll take the parasites.
Can't have both the parasites, but why don't you take the blood parasites?
I want brain parasites.
Their interactions are fascinating.
What, are you selling those?
Yes, I'm selling some clothes. We each have 3, that's 6. What about the 7th day? I want ascending bowel cancer.
Take the first and third Sunday of the month.
Looks like this is goodbye.
Well, let's not make a big thing out of it.
I don't think it's goodbye.
Maybe we should exchange numbers.
This is how I met Marla Singer. Marla's philosophy of life was that she might die at any moment. The tragedy, she said, was that she didn't.
Doesn't have your name. Who are you? Cornelius? Rupert?
You wake up at SeaTac. You wake up at O'Hare, lose an hour, gain an hour. This is your life, and it's ending 1 minute at a time.
I really love the narration in this movie so far.
If you wake up at a different time, in a different place, could you wake up as a different person? On a long enough timeline, the survival rate for everyone drops to 0.
Are there a lot of these kinds of accidents?
You wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
Which car company do you work for?
A major one.
One of the big ones. I won't say which
Every
one.
time the plane banked too sharply on takeoff or landing, I prayed for a crash.
That's... Oh my gosh. Why would you want that?
An exit door procedure at 30,000 feet. Illusion of safety.
Yeah.
You know why they put oxygen masks on planes?
So you can breathe.
Oxygen gets you high. In a catastrophic emergency, you're taking giant panic breaths. Suddenly you become euphoric. You accept your fate. Emergency water landing 600 miles an hour. Blank faces.
That's an interesting theory. What do you do?
So you can pretend like you're interested. You have a kind of sick desperation in your laugh.
We have the exact same briefcase.
Soap.
Sorry?
I make and I sell soap.
And this is how I met
Tyler Durden.
Did you know if you mixed equal parts of gasoline and frozen orange juice concentrate, you can make napalm?
Tyler, you are by far the most interesting single-serving friend I've ever met.
Never mind.
Well, little stealer.
A foot of concrete's important when your next-door neighbor lets her hearing aid go and has to watch game shows at full volume. Or when a volcanic blast of debris that used to be your furniture and personal effects blows out of your floor-to-ceiling windows.
What is going on? This movie is very stream of consciousness storytelling so far. He's just narrating life for us.
If you ask me now, I couldn't tell you why I called him.
There's a number on the back, like a handwritten number on the back of that card.
You're not gonna believe this.
You know, man, it could be worse. A woman could cut off your penis while you're sleeping and toss it out the window of a moving car.
What?
I had it all. I had a stereo that was very decent.
Those are all replaceable things.
Why do guys like you and I know what a teve is? Is this essential to our survival? In the hunter-gatherer sense of the word, no.
But it's comfortable.
We are byproducts of a lifestyle obsession. Murder, crime, poverty, these things don't concern me. What concerns me are celebrity magazines, television with 500 channels, some guy's name on my underwear, Olestra.
Martha Stewart.
Fuck Martha Stewart. Never be complete.
Just stuff.
Did lose a lot of versatile solutions for modern living.
Again, stuff that's replaceable, though. Every once in a while, I'll think, like, I would love to just get rid of everything I own and just start from scratch.
Things you own end
It'd
up
be a lot of
owning.
work and a lot of money, but it's like a daydream thing.
We should find a hotel.
Just ask, man.
Aw.
Oh, hey, no.
Yes, you
I
did.
didn't mean...
So just ask.
Would that be a problem?
Is it a problem for you to ask?
Can I stay at your place?
Yeah.
I think maybe he wanted to ask the question, but felt awkward about doing that, so
I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
why?
I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
Let me tell you a little bit about Tyler Durden.
Tyler was a night person. While the rest of us were sleeping, he worked. He had one part-time job as a projectionist.
Splicing single frames of pornography into family film?
And The Courageous Dog with the celebrity voices meet for the first time in Reel 3.
I like that there's eye contact.
Nobody knows that they saw it, but they did.
A nice big cock.
Farted on meringue, sneezed on braised endive, and as for the cream of mushroom soup,
Go ahead. Tell him.
you get the idea. What do you want me to do? You just want me to hit you?
Never been in a fight. You?
No, but that's a good thing.
No, it is not. How much can you know about yourself? You've never been in a fight.
This is crazy. You want me to hit you?
Clearly, yes.
Motherfucker!
It sounds like they left the real sound in there, which I appreciate.
That was perfect.
I enjoy the back and forth between this two, and I'm already seeing, we're not that far in the movie, but I'm already seeing similarities to Mr. Robot. So I'm very excited to just continue with this. And I think I know the dynamic here.
We should do this again sometime.
You will. And if I'm understanding this the way I think it's going, because of how much I love Mr. Robot, my thinking is you'll be forced to.
I don't know how Tyler found that house.
Abandoned?
Most of the windows were boarded up. There was no lock on the front door from when the police...
Has electricity, though. Hopefully heating, too.
I didn't know if he owned it or if he was squatting. Nothing worked.
Oh, and the water's like, ew.
Hey, guys. Hey.
By the end of the first month, I didn't miss TV. I didn't even mind the warm, stale refrigerator.
It's flooded.
Can I be next?
Can I be next? This is how Fight Club is beginning, isn't it?
It's an article written by an organ in the first person. I am Jack's medulla oblongata. Without me, Jack could not regulate his heart rate, blood pressure, or breathing. I am Jill's nipple.
Oh my god. gosh.
After fighting, everything else.
I don't know my dad. He left when I was like 6 years old.
My dad never went to college. It's real important that I go.
That sounds familiar.
Now what? He says, I don't know. You get married.
You can't get married. I'm a 30-year-old boy.
We're a generation of men raised by women. I'm wondering if another woman is really the answer we need.
We were finding out more and more that we were not alone. I should have been looking for a new condo. I should have been haggling with my insurance company.
There she is again.
It was right in everyone's face. Tyler and I just made it visible. Tyler and I just gave it a name.
So they walk in and pretty much have everyone's attention immediately.
Every week, Tyler gave the rules that he and I decided.
Gentlemen, welcome to Fight Club.
Okay, here we go.
The first rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. The second rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. Third rule of Fight Club.
You want to talk about it? Okay. Different rule.
This is your first night at Fight Club. You have to fight.
So they make you do it as soon as you can't even come and watch. You have to fight as soon as you're a new face.
You weren't alive anywhere like you were there, but Fight Club only exists in the hours between when Fight Club starts and when Fight Club ends. Even if I could tell someone they had a good fight, I wouldn't be talking to the same man.
Okay.
If you could fight any celebrity, who would you fight?
Hemingway. You?
Shatner.
Which celebrity would you want to fight?
I felt sorry for guys packed into gyms.
That what a man looks like?
Self-improvement is masturbation, not self-destruction.
I'm really, really digging how they're presenting this story to us. I also didn't expect Edward Norton to be like the main character feeling, the narrator.
Sometimes Tyler spoke for me.
Fell down some stairs.
Sometimes Tyler spoke for me. That's exactly, yeah. They are the same person.
Any historical figure.
Same person,
I fight Gandhi.
two sides. What is he doing back there?
Where have you been the last 8 weeks?
8 weeks, okay. Good to know how much time has passed.
I haven't seen you at any support groups. I cheated.
I found a new one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For men only.
Like the testicle thing? I got a stomach full of Xanax. Took what was left of a bottle. Might have been too much.
Oh, girl.
This isn't a for real suicide thing. This is probably one of those cry for help things.
So you're staying in tonight then?
Do you want to wait and hear me describe death? Have you ever heard a death rattle?
That's so mean. My God, the way this is makes me feel super. It was just really trippy.
Tyler's door was
I also
closed.
can't tell if that was in his head or if that actually happened.
You won't believe this dream I had last night.
Yeah, I can hardly believe anything about this.
Okay, so that happened.
This is my house. What are you doing in my house?
Fuck you.
He doesn't realize that he invited her. Because it wasn't.
You got some fucked up friends, I'm telling.
Yeah.
Phone's off the hook. Guess who's on the other end?
I already knew the story before he told it to me.
Oh, gosh.
Did I call you?
Oh. Oh my God, I did not even notice that.
If I fall asleep, I'm done for. You're gonna have to keep me up all night.
You're not into her, are you?
No, God, not at all.
Put a gun to my head and paint the walls with my brains.
The shit that came out of this woman's mouth I ain't never heard.
I haven't been fucked like that since grade school.
Can't have you talking to her about me.
Why would I talk to her?
Say anything about me or what goes on in this house to her or to anybody. We're done.
Tyler doesn't want to be known. Why are you looking?
What are you doing?
Just going to bed.
You want to finish her off?
Who are you talking to?
Shut up.
I became the calm little center of the world.
I am already so excited to rewatch this movie.
This is Detective Stern with the Arson Unit. We have some new information about the incident at your former condo.
Oh?
It seems that someone sprayed Freon into your front door lock. then tapped it with a chisel to shatter the cylinder.
I am Jack's cold sweat.
The dynamite
Dynamite?
left a residue of ammonium oxalate potassium chloride. It means it was homemade.
Tell him the Liberator who destroyed my property has realigned my perception.
I don't think that anyone. I think he did it to himself.
Look, nobody takes this more seriously than me. That condo was my life, okay?
Especially the conversation that they had earlier about the apartment and belongings and all of that, right?
Tell him you fucking did it.
Yeah.
Tell him you blew it all up. That's what he wants to hear.
But also, that's probably what happened.
Except for their humping, Tyler and Marla were never in the same room. My parents pulled this exact same act for years.
The condom is the glass slipper of our generation. Dance all night, then you throw it away. The condom. I mean, not the stranger.
Thanks for clarifying.
I got this dress at a thrift store for $1. It's a bridesmaid's dress. Someone loved it intensely for one day, then tossed it like a Christmas tree. Bam! It's on the side of the road. Tinsel still clinging to it like a sex crime victim. Underwear inside out, bound with electrical tape.
Well, then it suits you.
The dialogue in this movie is like really good at times, and then other times there's lines said that I'm just like, this feeling in my brain.
You know, you are such a nutcase. I can't even begin to keep up.
Mm-hmm. Can't imagine why.
Say this about Marley. At least she's trying to hit bottom.
What? And I'm not.
Sticking feathers up your butt does not make you a chicken.
What are we doing tonight?
We make soap. First, we render fat.
What are they doing now?
The salt balance has to be just right, so the best fat for making soap comes from humans.
Wait, what is this place?
A liposuction clinic.
Oh gosh.
Richest, creamiest fat in the world. Fat of the land.
Holy shit, this is disgusting. Okay. Ew. No. Biohazard. Oh my god, the biohazard. No. Ew. God, no. Thanks.
Once the tallow hardens, you can skim off a layer of glycerin. If you were to add nitric acid, you got nitroglycerin. If you were then to add sodium nitrile and dash the sawdust, you got dynamite.
Tyler was full of useful information.
Ancient peoples found their clothes got cleaner when they washed them at a certain point in the river, because human sacrifices were once made on the hills above this river. Bodies burned, water seeped through the wood and ashes to create lye. Answer your hand, please. This is a chemical burn.
Oh my.
It'll hurt more than you've ever been burned, and you will have a scar.
What are you doing?
Stay with the pain. Don't shut this out.
No.
Oh, he called him out so quick.
I tried not to think of the word serum or flesh.
Stop it!
This is your...
But that editing was fantastic.
This is the greatest moment of your life, man, and you're off somewhere missing.
I am not!
Our fathers were our models for God. If our fathers bailed, what does that tell you about God? You have to consider the possibility that God does not like you. He never wanted you. This is not the worst thing that can happen.
It isn't.
We don't need him. You can run water over your hand to make it worse, or, look at me, you can use vinegar to neutralize the burn.
Please let me have it, please.
First, you have to give up. No, and someday.
Tyler's very intimidating and scary.
It's only after we've lost everything that we're free to do anything.
I feel like I've heard that before.
Congratulations. You're one step closer to hitting bottom.
The first rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club?
Awkward.
I'd be very, very careful who you talk to about that. And this button-down Oxford cloth psycho might just snap. Stalk from office to office with an Armalite AR-10 carbine gas-powered.
This is very specific.
Tyler's words coming out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you just shouldn't bring me every little piece of trash you happen to pick up.
Yeah, that's a very Tyler moment there.
My tit's gonna rot off.
Will you excuse me? I need to take this.
I need you to check and see if there's a lump in my breast.
She didn't call Tyler.
Right there.
Feel nothing.
No, nothing.
Thank you.
No problem.
Wish I could return the favor.
There's not a lot of breast cancer in the men in my family.
Could check your prostate.
I think I'm okay.
Their dynamic is really... I don't know what to think of it.
Cornelius? Cornelius!
Meatloaf! Bob, right. That's his name in the movie. Aw. He probably misses the shit out of you.
First rule is, and the second rule is, I'm not supposed to talk about it. I go Tuesdays and Thursdays.
I go Saturday.
Congratulations.
So I didn't realize it was actually happening without them.
He was born in a mental institution, and he sleeps only 1 hour a night. He's a great man. Do you know about Tyler Durden? Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Fight Club. This was mine and Tyler's gift.
I see a lot of new faces.
For a bit, I almost thought that we weren't even coming back to Fight Club, that it was just such a brief part of the whole movie.
And I see in Fight Club the strongest and smartest men who've ever lived. God damn it, an entire generation pumping gas, slaves with white collars. Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate so we can buy shit we don't need. We're the middle children of history, man.
We're the middle children of history.
We had no Great War.
Wow.
No Great Depression.
I actually love that line.
Our Great War is a spiritual war. Our Great Depression is our lives. We've all been raised on television to believe that one day we'd all be millionaires and movie gods and rock stars, but we won't.
Although at the time this movie came out, the recession was only a decade away.
Very, very pissed off.
They didn't know that, though, of course.
You do not talk about...
Hello?
Who told you motherfuckers that you could use my place?
We have a deal worked out with Irvin.
I want everybody out of here right now.
Hey, you should join our club.
Ooh. Shit.
No, I didn't quite catch that, Lou.
Oh, Jesus. God.
Still not getting it. Hey.
Ah, okay.
You're doing exactly what he wanted you to. He said join the club. You're saying no, but you're in the club now. Oh, okay. Don't bring a gun to Fight Club.
Oh,
That's right, Lou. Get it out.
shut the fuck up. Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable.
You don't know where I've been, Lou. Oh, my God.
Oh my gosh. Brad's acting here is wild. That was a crazy scene.
Each one of you has a homework assignment. You're gonna start a fight with a total stranger, and you're gonna lose.
Interesting homework assignment.
Jackass, come on!
Now, this is not as easy as it sounds.
No, it wouldn't be easy. The majority of people don't really want to fight.
Most people,
People they don't know,
normal
especially.
people, do just about anything
Exactly,
to avoid a
that's
fight.
what I was just saying.
That's not necessary.
Oh.
We need to talk.
About?
Let's pretend. You're the Department of Transportation. Someone informs you that this company installs front seat mounting brackets that never pass collision tests.
Are you threatening me?
No.
Get the fuck out of here. You're
I
fired.
have a better solution. You keep me on the payroll as an outside consultant. My job will be never to tell people these things that I know.
Who the fuck do you think you are, you crazy little shit?
I am Jack's smirking revenge.
What the hell are you doing?
That is awesome. The way, oh my gosh, I love that. I have two theories about this scene right now, though.
Oh God, no, please, no!
For some reason, I thought of my first fight with Tyler.
I can't tell if he truly is doing this to himself to frame him, to make other people think that he did that to him, or...
And right then, at our most excellent moment together,
Oh, thank God.
telephone, computer, fax machine, 52 weekly paychecks, and 48 airline flight coupons.
Oh my gosh. That was crazy. That was really good acting by Edward Norton there during that whole scene.
I am Jack's wasted life.
He keeps saying Jack. Is Jack his name, but he refers to himself in the third person? Bob. Oh, an Independence Day poster. I have a reaction to that on the channel if you haven't seen it. Jeff. Oh my goodness. Missing monkeys found shade.
Please tell me that's not a gun.
It's a gun.
I don't know that I know what the point is.
What are you doing? Come on.
Hands behind your back.
Oh, this poor man.
Raymond, you're going to die. An expired community college student ID. What'd you study, Raymond? I asked you what you studied.
Biology mostly.
What did you want to be?
I hate this.
Answer him, Raymond. Jesus.
Veterinarian. Too much school.
Would you rather be dead?
No.
If you're not on your way to becoming a veterinarian in 6 weeks, you will be dead.
Didn't like any of that.
Run, Forrest, run!
That wasn't funny. What the fuck was the point of that?
Tomorrow will be the most beautiful day of Raymond Castle's life. His breakfast will taste better than any meal you and I have ever tasted.
Tyler's crazy.
You had to give it to him.
Come on.
He had a plan. And it started to make sense in a Tyler sort of way.
But does Tyler's way make sense?
The ability to let that which does not matter.
Oh, there weren't any bullets in the gun.
You know how much money you have in the bank.
It's crazy how Tyler is so
the car you
likable in
drive.
certain moments. Like these lines right here.
Not
Love
the contents
them.
of your wallet.
Yep. Not the contents of your wallet. Agreed. All that. Yep.
You were the all singing, all dancing crap of the world.
Well, it's making me dizzy a little. But then other moments he's so unlikable.
You still going to groups?
Yeah. Chloe's dead.
Oh no.
It was the smart move on her part.
What are you getting out of all this? I mean, all this, why do you keep... Is this making you happy?
Yeah, well, sometimes.
I don't know. I don't understand. I mean, why does a weaker person need to latch on to a strong person? What is that?
What do you get out of it?
No, that's not the same thing at all. I mean, it's totally different with us.
What do you mean by us?
I'm sorry, do you hear this?
What were you saying? Don't change the subject. I want to talk about this.
You're not talking about me, are you?
Look at me.
No, what?
Look at me.
I'm excited.
Talk to me.
Let go of me. No, leave me alone.
This conversation
This conversation
is over.
is over.
I just can't win with you, can I?
Well, you're dealing with two different people in the same body. And she hasn't figured out.
What is all this?
She hasn't figured that out.
Hey, why do we need bunk beds?
Ooh, wait. Hello?
Right. If the applicant is young, tell him he's too young. Old, too old, fat, too fat.
Applicant?
If the applicant then waits for 3 days without food, shelter, or encouragement,
What?
in his training.
Training for what?
Think this is a game?
Quit wasting our time. Get the fuck out of here.
Go away.
Well, he's not going to, because didn't you just say that he's got to stand out there for 3 days? The house code.
Got 2 black
Or
shirts.
bathrobe.
Sir.
2 pair of black pants.
Yes, sir.
$300 personal burial money.
Yes, sir.
All right.
What a wild, like, initiation.
Like a monkey ready to be shot into space. Space monkey ready to sacrifice himself for the greater good.
You're too fucking blonde!
How many people are they doing this with?
Tyler built himself an army. Why was Tyler Durden building an army? In Tyler we trusted.
We will be coordinating a rigorous investigation.
A 4-alarm fire that broke out about an hour ago. Live from the Parker Morris building, Lauren Sanchez, back to
I
you.
just realized the blonde guy is Jared Leto. I'm such an idiot.
What the fuck did you guys do?
Sir, the first rule of Project Mayhem is you do not ask questions, sir.
Project Mayhem.
You're gonna call off your rigorous investigation.
Oh, gosh.
Or these guys are gonna take your balls. They're gonna send one to the New York Times, one to the LA Times press release style. We cook your meals. We haul your trash. We connect your calls. We drive your ambulances. Do not fuck with us.
I like instinctively just want to like lean back when he gets really close to the camera like that.
I am Jackson Flame's sense of rejection.
Okay, those are some good hits.
I felt like putting a bullet between the eyes of every panda that wouldn't screw to save its species.
Is he... Oh no, 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 oh no.
Where'd you go, psycho boy?
I felt like destroying something beautiful.
Get him to a fucking hospital.
He's alive, at least right now.
After you, Mr. Durden.
After you.
Mr. Durden.
Something on your mind, dear?
No. Yeah, why wasn't I told about Project Mayhem?
First rule of Project Mayhem is you do not ask questions.
This does not belong to us. We are not special.
No, I want to know certain things first.
First rule of Project Mayhem.
Shut up.
They're like robots.
You need to forget about what you know. That's your problem. Forget about what you think you know about life, about friendship, and especially about you and me.
What are you doing?
Guys, what do you wish you'd done before you died?
Paint a self-portrait.
Build a house. You?
I don't know. God damn it!
That's not good.
Quit screwing around. Take the wheel.
Look at you.
Take the wheel.
Look at you! You're fucking pathetic! Why do you think I blew up your condo?
What?
Hitting bottom isn't a weekend retreat. It's not a goddamn seminar. Let go!
Fine.
I love the music that just kicked in for this. This looks so realistic, like the shots of them in the car.
I'd never been in a car accident. This must have been what all those people felt like before I filed them as statistics in my reports.
We just had a near-life experience.
We just had a near-life experience instead of near death.
Feel better, Jim.
And then Tyler was gone.
What are you gonna do without him?
Had I slept?
Human sacrifices?
It's under control, sir.
Where's Tyler?
Sir, the first rule of Project Mayhem is you do not ask.
Right,
He has a burn on his hand too, a chemical burn. Also, that makeup work is phenomenal.
The second rule is you do not ask questions.
Makes sense why that line is quoted so much now. I was not expecting them to say that so much in this movie.
He's not here.
What?
Tyler's gone.
The train in the background of that scene sounded like it was happening here, not in the movie.
Gunshot wounds coming through!
What happened?
They shot Bob. They shot him in the head.
In Project Mayhem, we have no names.
No, you listen to me. This is a man, and he has a name, and it's Robert Paulson.
Aww.
In death, a member of Project Mayhem has a name. His name is Robert Paulson.
Come on, guys,
His
please,
name
stop it.
is Robert Paulson. His name is Robert Paulson.
This is like some... This is creeping me out. I think it's creeping him out too.
His name is Robert Paulson.
Because Tyler was the one like doing all of this. And they're all used to dealing with him. And he met Bob before Tyler showed up. Wait, what are we looking at? Oh, plane?
I went to all the cities on Tyler's used ticket stubs.
I'm looking for Tyler Durden. It's very important that I talk to him.
I wish I could help you, sir.
Is Tyler my bad dream or am I Tyler's?
That's a question.
I was living in a state of perpetual deja vu. Everywhere I went, I felt I'd already been there.
Well,
His name is Robert Paulson.
Welcome back, sir. How have you been?
Do you know me?
Mm-hmm.
You were in here last Thursday. You were standing exactly where you are now, asking how good security is. It's tight as a drum, sir.
Who do you think I am?
Are you sure this isn't a test?
So confusing
Hey,
for these
Mr.
people.
Durden.
Mm-hmm.
You're the one who gave me this.
Mm-hmm.
Please return your seat backs to their full, upright, and locked position.
Yeah?
Marla, it's me. Have we ever done it? Have we ever had sex?
What kind of stupid question is that?
Is it stupid because the answer is yes or because the answer is no?
Is this a trick?
Please, did we do it or not?
You fuck me, then snub me. You love me, you hate me.
But
you show me
your
a sensitive
half
side,
didn't.
then you turn into a total asshole. Is that a pretty accurate description of our relationship, Tyler?
Yep, it is.
We have just lost cabin pressure.
What did you just say?
I love how they are revealing it.
Tyler Durden, you fucking freak. What's going on?
You broke your promise.
Jesus, Tyler.
You fucking talked to her about me.
Why do people think that I'm you?
Why would anyone possibly confuse you with me?
Killer.
Do not fuck with us.
Say it.
Because we're the same person.
That's right.
We are the all singing, all dancing crap. Tyler, I don't understand.
You were looking for a way to change your life. You could not do this on your own. All the ways you wish you could be, that's me. I look like you want to look. I fuck like you want to fuck. I am smart, capable, and most importantly, I'm free in all the ways that you are not. People do it every day. They talk to themselves. They see themselves as they'd like to be. They don't have the courage you have.
I love. This is so good.
Naturally, you're still wrestling with it, so sometimes you're still you.
We should do this again sometime.
I really like that we're seeing scenes where we saw Brad say the lines and act it, but now we're seeing Edward Norton do it. So good.
She knows too much.
This is bullshit. I'm not listening to this. You are insane.
The movie goes on, and nobody in the audience has any idea.
The swiping, or fuck did I just say? The switching. The switching back and forth. The one that's in control, the other one doesn't always know what's going on, which is why he, Edward Norton, has had these like memory lapses.
Marla! Hey! Marla! Wait!
No, listen, I don't want to hear anything you have to say.
You have every right to be. I'll just have a coffee, thanks.
Sir, anything you order is free of charge.
Oh my gosh, everyone knows this dude.
I'll have the clam chowder, the fried chicken with the baked potato with everything, and a chocolate chiffon pie.
What an order.
You got about 30 seconds.
Start talking.
I know that it's gotta seem like there's two sides to me when you're with me.
Two sides. You're Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Jackass.
I really like you, Marla.
Aw.
I care about you, and I don't want anything bad to happen to you because of me. Your life is in danger.
You're an insane person.
No.
There are things about you I like. You're smart, you're funny, you're spectacular in bed. But you're intolerable. You have very serious emotional problems. Deep-seated problems for which you should seek professional help.
Yeah.
No.
Everyone else outside dealing with the switching between this version of him and the Tyler version of him, it would be really tough.
Marla, wait, you don't understand.
And I feel like most people would not be.
I'm trying to protect you.
It might be hard for them to understand.
Why are you doing this?
Because they think you're some kind of a threat. I can't explain it right now. Just trust me. If I see where you're going, you will not be safe.
You're the worst thing that ever happened to me.
Wow.
I need you to arrest me. I am the leader of a terrorist organization.
Turning himself in so that Tyler can't do anything.
Go to the house, okay? In the back, you'll find the body of Robert Paulson. You're gonna find some bathtubs that have been used very recently to make large quantities of nitroglycerin.
Why these buildings? Why credit card companies?
You erase the debt record, then we all go back to zero.
Keep him talking. I need to make a phone call.
Oh, man. I love this movie. I'm having a great time.
I really admire what you're doing.
I just cannot help but see all of the similarities to Mr. Robot, and I love this.
You're a genius, sir.
Obviously, Mr. Robot came after,
said
so I imagine at this point that Sam Esmail probably took a lot of inspiration from this movie, but I don't actually know if he did or not.
I'm not Tyler Durden.
You told us you'd say that, too.
All right, I am Tyler Durden. Listen to me. I'm giving you a direct order. We are aborting this mission.
You said you would definitely say that.
Shit.
Where's the rubber band?
Get away from me! Drop that fucking knife! Drop it! Face down on the floor, both of you, right now.
Question I have is, when is Tyler gonna pop back up again?
What the fuck are you doing? Running around your underpants?
Hey, Tyler. Not good. Not good.
Oh, Christ.
Now what are you doing?
I'm stopping this.
You know there are 10 other bombs in 10 other buildings. Wouldn't do that. Not unless I knew which wires for what.
If you know, then I know.
Or maybe I knew you'd know, so I spent the whole day thinking about the wrong one.
I love the sound that was edited in with that.
Oh, heavens, no, not the green one.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. Just shut him out.
I asked you not to do that.
Oh, no.
God damn it! Whoa! Whoa! You are now firing a gun at your imaginary friend near 400 gallons of nitroglycerin!
Yeah, not really the smartest move. Oh, are we gonna... I hope we get another scene of this through the security cam. Oh, maybe not. He's running away. Never mind, we do. Oh, yes. I love the back and forth. Shot of him through the security camera. Crazy.
This is it.
Oh, and now, oh my gosh.
The beginning.
Here we go.
I think this is about where we came in.
Yeah, this is where we started.
Why is she here?
Tying up loose ends.
No.
This is what we want.
No, I don't want this.
Right, except you is meaningless now.
Your voice in my head.
Your voice in mine.
You're a fucking hallucination.
Have I ever let us down? How far have you come because of me?
I will carry you, kicking and screaming, and in the end, you will thank me.
That's one of my favorite quotes in the whole movie.
I can figure this out. I can figure this out. This isn't even real. I could have zoomed in your hand. I gun's in my hand.
Hey, good for you. Doesn't change a thing. Why you want to put a gun to your head?
Not my head, Tyler. Our head.
Interesting.
I love how he just doesn't care.
What's that smell?
This is wow. Wow.
Oh my God. Are you,
Oh, yeah, I'm okay.
You need medical assistance.
I'm fine.
Oh.
Let her go.
Christ almighty! You fucker! What kind of sick fucking game are you playing at? Putting me on a fucking oh my God, your face.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out if he, like...
You're shot.
Yes, shot.
I can't believe he's still.
One tough motherfucker.
Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out if he actually shot himself the way that we saw him shoot himself.
I did, actually.
Okay, so it was more like a nick?
I'm really okay. Trust me. Everything's gonna be fine.
Okay, that was a lot longer than 2.5 minutes. I totally forgot about this, to be honest. I was so engrossed in the back and forth between...
You met me at a very strange time in my life.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it. Okay, we're at the end. I like how Edward Norton is just credited as a narrator. All right, well, that was an easy 5 out of 5 movie for me. Absolutely loved it, but here's the thing. I was pretty much 100% positive that I was going to love this based on what I told you all in the intro to this video. And here's the thing. I want to talk more about that, and I want to talk about specifics. But for those of you that have not seen that show before, I will have a timestamp in this review. You can feel free to not watch that section of this review, because if you haven't seen it before, don't watch it. Just watch the show for yourself. Make your own opinion. Maybe come back to that section of this video later to watch what I have to say. For right now, I will talk solely about Fight Club. And the main thought I have coming out of this movie right now is just this wondering of like, how different would this movie have impacted me right now? And thus how different would this reaction have been for the rest of you if I had come into this movie not experiencing this type of story before? And that kind of leads me into this next thought of like just certain types of people that leave comments on YouTube reaction videos. And I've received these comments in the past. I think every reactor, whether it's movies or TV or music, I think we all can attest to this, where people will just find moments in our videos where we correctly guess or predict something, or we happen to notice a detail that shouldn't be noticeable, but we see it and it ends up being this big thing later on or whatever. And we get accused of faking. We get accused of having seen the thing before and having this not be a first time watching experience. And I always laugh when I see those, because if I'm watching a reaction and someone correctly guesses or predicts something, I just immediately go to the mindset of like, they've experienced lots of stories before, whether it's through books, music, movies, TV. They are good at picking up on patterns. They're good at picking up on, oh, I remember something like this happening in something else. I wonder if it's going to be the same here. And then if it ends up being the same, cool. The thing with humans and creativity is that we have always drawn inspiration from the things that have happened to us previously, whether it's been a story that we've consumed or a personal experience or whatever. The more that you consume, the more books you read, the more movies you watch, et cetera, like, you know, you're just going to become familiar with certain tropes. You're going to become familiar with certain forms of storytelling, and you're going to become familiar with certain types of characters and how they're structured and stuff. So, you know, Fight Club was a very predictable movie for me. I noticed a ton of details throughout the whole movie leading up to the reveal, the ultimate reveal, where they're literally telling us what's going on. I can only attribute that to the fact that, like, I've experienced it in a similar way before. This movie, I think, would have definitely blown my mind if I had watched it a decade ago. And it's one of those movies where I kind of wish I would have watched it a decade ago and experienced it as a younger version of myself. I do think that if I had watched it a decade ago and this was my first experience with this type of story, I would have been so confused for a lot of this movie. But now I'm so excited because now I get the joy of going to other reaction channels and watching their first time watching experiences, and they're probably going to have the type of experience that I wish that I had had tonight. But at the same time, in saying that, I did not have a bad time with this. I was so entertained, and it was actually really fun for me to kind of try and notice details and kind of notice things about the dialogue and appreciate how they were structuring this. And I didn't want to sit here and just be the kind of person that was always pointing out that kind of stuff, because I don't think that's really fun for anybody. I opted to just kind of like really sit back and be quiet a lot and just let the movie tell its story to me. I just wanted to sit back and watch and experience it for what it was. And I have to say, the acting, phenomenal. Brad Pitt, Edward Norton are so good. When I talk about Tyler Durden, the character, I'm gonna say like the Edward side and the Brad side, just to refer to the different personalities of Tyler Durden, just when I'm talking about the character. So Edward was definitely the more rule follower. We'll call him like a more regular kind of person. Definitely someone that appears to be on like the shyer side of things. Like, you know what I mean? Just kind of like your regular average Joe. And then Brad's side of it, that's the narcissistic, egotistical, cocky, confident person. And like he said in the movie, the version that the Edward side kind of wishes he could be, and the two of them kind of work together. The Brad Pitt side of things was really interesting to me because there were so many scenes where he was so likable, and then so many scenes where he is just an absolute fucking piece of shit. And it's crazy to me. I'm really excited to go now read up about why so many people have seemed to like idolize this movie and this character over the years. Well, I guess ever since it came out, right? Because like I said in the intro, I mean, I have seen people have this name and this profile picture of the character as their profile picture, and it's always the Brad Pitt. Like, I didn't even realize that Edward Norton was going to be so heavily involved in this movie, and it was a surprise to me that he kind of was like the main character. He appeared to be the dominant personality for Tyler Durden, but as the movie progressed, Brad Pitt's side just kept taking over. And I especially loved how there were moments where Edward just had no memory, no recollection of anything that had gone on. And that was very clear to me that that was just when the Brad Pitt side had taken over, right? And blinded Edward to what was going on. There were so many really wonderfully edited sequences in this. Like the editing and the filming and just so much of the creativity with all of that just made this a really enjoyable film to watch. Even if I turned off all audio and wasn't hearing the dialogue or whatever, just the visuals of this film were a lot of fun, and I really, really had a good time just watching this movie. But then on top of that too, a lot of the sound design was really neat and really fun at times, and I just have to praise the acting. Like Brad Pitt and Edward Norton did such a great job with this, and you know, especially when comparing to some of the other roles that they've had in other movies that I've watched, it just made this really enjoyable. I do think that this is my favorite Brad Pitt role so far. Just watching him act as this kind of person and the personality that he displayed for this side of the character. It was fun, but it was also just ridiculous at times. Like, what a ridiculous character. And the things that he did are crazy. absolutely crazy. This character is nuts and is not a likable person. Like, the Edward Norton side of Tyler is definitely way more likable. And I really appreciate that he like tried so hard to like fix things, and you know, he cared about Marla in the end and stuff. And I felt bad for him. Like, he was the one that was out of the loop, right? He was the one that was kind of blind to what was going on and had no idea that Brad Pitt's Tyler was him. You know, he totally thought for most of this movie that he was a completely different person, someone completely separate. And I loved the shots of like Edward and Brad together, and then the flip to the perspective of other people watching and only seeing Edward Norton, right? I love that they did that so much to really just drill that into us as the viewers. And I'm excited to rewatch so that I can pick up on more details, but details that I noticed about the split personality right away. So skipping the intro scene for this movie and just talking about the very first time that Brad Pitt appears, the fact that he just pops up right beside him on an airplane and we did not see him before, that was definitely like the very first big sign of it. I really loved all the scenes where Brad and Edward were together, but people around them were only looking at Edward Norton. I love little details like that. You know, people are ignoring Brad Pitt, right? So that was just a fun detail to notice. And then there was a lot of detail in dialogue as well that kind of alluded to it. And there was a bunch of lines that Marla said, especially where I was just like, oh, if you know, you know. But at the same time, if you don't know, like if you're going into this movie having never experienced a story like this before, like you won't pick up on it. I think most people would not pick up on it. Or they'll pick up on something that just doesn't seem quite right, you know, but then you can't really figure out what it is. And that's how I definitely would have been with this movie if I'd watched it a decade ago. I would have been confused, and I would have probably easily thought that Brad Pitt and Edward Norton were two completely different characters. The other big indicator that they're one and the same, though, is the fact that like we don't learn Ed's name at all for his character, right? Like we meet Tyler Durden and it's Tyler this, Tyler this, Tyler this, Tyler this, but we never ever learn what his name is. And of course he uses fake names at the beginning when he's in those groups, and you know, we never learn until we do learn that, oh, he's Tyler too. He's Tyler. And he's actually Tyler, because when people are looking at him, that is what they see, regardless of whether he is the Brad Pitt side of the personality or he actually is the Edward Norton side of the personality. So I know that I was confused by the Jack lines that Edward Norton as the narrator was saying. I think now reflecting on it, it seems to me like Jack is the name that he gave himself when he is interacting with the Brad Pitt version of himself. And I think that's his way of splitting it in his mind. Please correct me if I'm wrong or I'm not fully getting that, but that's just kind of how it seems to me now that the movie's over and I'm just thinking back on it. Especially if he kind of knows deep down that they are one and the same. Maybe saying Jack all the time is his way of like being in denial, I guess, or just denying that the Tyler that he is seeing is him. You know, this movie and this story just has one of those characters that I think people have probably analyzed and talked about to death. And now that I've finally seen it, I can't wait to like go and watch those videos myself and read what other people have said. And yeah, this character is a very complex one and a character that is really hard to like. A character, well, at least for me, really hard to like. I'm sure there are lots of people out there that love this character and love this movie and kind of glorify it in a way. There's nothing about this movie to really glorify. I think the only thing that you can really glorify about it is just this desire to figure out who you are and what your place in the world is, I guess. What kind of life you want. The way that Tyler went about it in this movie, though, wasn't great. Not sure that I have anything else left to add before I dive into the next section of my thoughts. So if you are tapping out of the video now, thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. I cannot wait for your comments down below to read them all. So please leave them and we'll catch you back here in the next reaction. All right, for those of you still here, I am about to talk about Mr. Robot in detail and compare to Fight Club. So if you're still watching, you've either seen Mr. Robot before and you're interested in what I have to say, or you haven't seen Mr. Robot and don't care to be spoiled, and you still want to hear what I have to say. So let's talk about it. There were so many moments in this movie where I just thought of Mr. Robot. Brad Pitt's acting as his side of Tyler Durden reminded me at so many moments about Mr. Robot, the Mr. Robot side of Elliot. Just in the mannerisms, the line delivery, the way of speaking and stuff. And I mean, they're two very different characters. Like, I'm not gonna say they're the same at all. They're completely different, but there was just some similarities there. And even with the Edward Norton side of Tyler versus the Elliot side of Elliot, there was also similarities there. You know, you have the guy that is more shy, a little bit more reserved. Still not a good person, like through and through, but someone that you can kind of empathize with a little bit more. Whereas the Brad side of Tyler and then the Mr. Robot side of Elliot are people that you can't always love or even like. Generally kind of just unlikable people. But the similarity there is, they're definitely the dominant personality a lot of the time, and they're the ones that are confident and cocky and just will do the things that need to be done. Not great things, but they'll do them. I couldn't help but laugh when Fight Club started going about all of this, like, take down the corporations, capitalism sucks, we gotta not have debt for people. Like, I couldn't help but chuckle because Mr. Robot also tackles that, and they tackle it in a very big way. And then when this movie brought in bombs and Brad's side of Tyler was telling Edward's side of Tyler about bombs, and Edward's side of Tyler is freaking out about it. Again, I just thought of Mr. Robot and how pretty much the exact same thing happened in that show too. So here's the thing. I know that Sam Esmail originally wrote Mr. Robot as a movie, and that was the script that he originally had. And then it ended up turning into a four season series, right? It feels like Fight Club basically would have been if Mr. Robot had been a film. And so I feel like I just watched almost what Sam Esmail had like originally thought up. Like I said, the movies are different enough though that like they are very different experiences. But if you are someone watching this right now and you've never seen Mr. Robot, but you love this movie, like please watch Mr. Robot. Like give it a try. I actually find it crazy how Fight Club seems to be this like massively popular, talked about forever type of story, but yet Mr. Robot has really not had many viewers. I feel like a lot of people have never heard of the show. Lots of people have never watched it. And I think that ever since the show ended, allowing people to be able to binge watch the whole series, I think that Mr. Robot has picked up in popularity. With James vs. Cinema watching and reacting to it right now is exciting for me because I hope that that maybe continues and we get some other channels that will watch it for the first time too, because I just think it is such a phenomenal show. And to compare the two, I definitely like Mr. Robot more than this. And I think the reason that I do is because of the way that Mr. Robot tells the story. It doesn't focus on like violence like Fight Club did. I mean, literally Fight Club, the movie is called Fight Club. It's about fighting this underground Fight Club, boxing, whatever you want to call it. Yes, there's violence in Mr. Robot, but Mr. Robot handles this storytelling from the perspective of struggle, mental health, loneliness is a big one, drug addiction, etc., 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 right? Fight Club is more from the angle of, at least this is just the way that I interpret it, but Fight Club is more from the angle of like violence and destruction and toxicity a little bit. Like just, I don't know, I think about all these men that it just felt like a cult at times in this movie, like what Tyler Durden was doing. It just felt like this huge like cult thing that just was something that they were doing with no real like, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I just like totally trailed off on that thought. I don't even know how to finish my sentence, but hopefully if you've seen both, you'll understand kind of where I'm coming from with this. I fully attribute my picking up on details in this movie, not just visually, but in the dialogue. I fully attribute that just to how much I love Mr. Robot, because I can see a lot of similarities in that too. Similarities in filming choices to display the two separate personalities, showing the perspective of other people like Marla and the guys that were around them so that we could see what they were seeing and just have that drilled in even further. I appreciate that Mr. Robot like used some of those things in their own way in their show for their story. And like I've already said, I literally cannot wait to rewatch this movie because I'm sure that I'm going to notice more stuff that I didn't notice at all just now when I watched this. I think the last thing that I have to say about these two is that I really appreciate that both did the narration thing. The narration in Mr. Robot is one of my favorite things about the whole TV show, and the fact that that happened immediately with Fight Club and lasted throughout the entire movie just made me really happy. And I think that was my first indication that I was really, really going to like this. And I'm almost positive that I mentioned it at the very beginning of the movie too, like the moment it started. So that was really fun for me. James vs. Cinema is at the end of season 2 of Mr. Robot. So we're halfway through the show. I cannot wait to watch the last half again, especially now that I've watched this. It's going to be probably an even better time now that I have something to just continuously compare to. So yeah, this is a lot of fun for me. I hope you also had a good time. Again, cannot wait to read your comments down below. With that, that wraps up my thoughts. So thank you for being here. Looking forward to your comments. And if you're not yet subscribed, click here to do so. And if you want to continue watching Something Else of Mine, click on over here. Thank you so much. And we'll see you in the next reaction.